Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play the Raven with Constable Anton Jakobselna here, and we're going to examine things like the lockers.
The cargo hold also seems to serve as a changing room for the crew, at least for the ones who don't wear white uniforms.
But of course we are looking for the bullet at this point because we know there was one shot down here. We could open a locker, can we? Or not? What about this one?
A stroke of luck. The lock is open.
Huzzah! What do we find?
Oil-stained overalls.
Tool set. Toolkit.
And here, an old toolbox.
Yeah. What have we got?
It's been through a lot. Hardly any paint, dented, and the lid is held shut by a wire.
Ah, the wires.
Take it with me.
Yep. That might be all we need, but we may as well have a little look, see if there's anything inside.
Some wrenches, a bit of wire wool, an oily cloth, and here, a screwdriver.
Right, a screwdriver. And the bullet was over here, wasn't it? Ah, maybe this is what we need the screwdriver for.
Whoever fired the shot hit the crate. Did the shooter just want to intimidate me?
No, he wanted...
Maybe he needed the bullet.
Maybe he needed the sound of a gunshot.
Can't see anything. If the bullet is still stuck in the wood, it's too deep to reach with my fingers.
So, yeah, my theory, as has been discussed, is that this was done to record sound. See if we can pull out the bullet.
Well, I think the bullet is still in the wood.
So we don't have a screwdriver.
I'm not a weapons specialist, but at first sight I'd say that this bullet looks exactly the same as the one Dr. Gebhardt gave me for Legrand. That would mean that the murderer also fired a shot here in the cargo hold before the murder. But why?
We already...
Did they just want to make sure the old guns still worked? Or was it something else? And did the bullet really come from the same gun? I can only check that in Legrand's cabin.
Now we have some wire, so we should be alright. Anything else in the toolbox?
I've got the screwdriver. That's all I need.
Right, okay. Bye! Whatever your name is. Anything back here? I'm assuming not, but it's probably worth having a look. Examine the crate. Maybe there's something in there.
I could take one of the saws with me as a souvenir. On the other hand, it'd remind me of my bump and of my rather inelegant escape.
Indeed. Alright. Anything up the trunk?
Somebody put the trunk back on the shelf. I can't tell whether it was our young friend or someone else. It must be uncomfortable traveling like that, even if you're as young and slim as our guest in the cell over there.
Right, I don't think there's anything else to look at, is there? No. Right. Back we go. Go back upstairs. We now have this wire, so we can try and get into... Say try. We can get into Legrand's... Uh-oh.
That takes the biscuit.
I noticed that the door was unguarded. I just wanted to make sure that everything was all right.
Tell it to Legrand. He's expressly forbidden anyone to speak to the witness before he does.
Don't act like that. Oh, well, you weren't paying attention.
All right. Let's go to Legrand and tell him what happened. You fell asleep and then you left the door unguarded. Well, are we going?
No, but don't try it again.
Of course not.
So I assume then we've got everything we need from there. I think we've spoken to everyone as much as we need to. We'll head back, he says, still being able to talk to Matt, which is somewhat worrisome. Maybe it's just like you could have another game with him, possibly. Into the ship, and then downstairs. There's the butler, still trepidatious, worried and anxious. And the door.
The lock isn't especially secure. I should be able to open it with the wire from the cargo hold.
Aha. Where does the Swiss policeman learn this stuff? How do I... What am I doing? Okay, is there a... Oh, so we need to lift up like that bit. I'm gonna go one, so we go one, about a little bit, and then this is gonna be a little bit higher. Then just like that, like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I may have put these too close together actually. Ah, and this bit is stuck. So actually, we want to. So the first one is not far enough away. Right. I need to pull this out as far as it'll go. Is there a... Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any good ways to actually pull this out. Make sure I get it all the way out. Yeah, because I can't actually interact with it if it's outside the lock by the looks of it. Maybe we've put this as high as it will go. There we go. So now it's this one that needs to go up probably twice as much again. There we go. Okay, so now it's here. Oh, that's not too high, isn't it? So we want... Oh, dear, too far out. There's probably best. So we want to actually drop this one down a little bit. Is that right? No. Too far out. No, stop drifting back. So maybe it'd be better if I just went... See, the thing is, I can't do the same thing as I do here, which is just actually... It just stops. Yeah. Right. So, line this up as best we can. No. So where I'd like to have a keyboard movement for this. That's about right. This one needs to go up a wee bit. This bit here, about there maybe. A bit further. There. So let's move these back too. This one isn't going to go too high up. It's around here, wasn't it? Out there. And just a little bit higher than that. No. Ah, what's wrong? It's this one's not high enough, so we want to actually... There? Maybe? Very wonky little lockpick thing, isn't it? That we've created. It's too big, isn't it? It's too high now. And this back one isn't too high enough, so we drop this back down to there. This has to go a little higher. Try again. A little bit further. There we go.
There we go.
Why would a Swiss policeman know how to pick a lock? Thinking about it. Let's examine the bedding. We'll examine what we can. Maybe we'll find out something about Legrand.
Neatly folded and unused. Legrand hasn't slept since we cast off, nor on the train.
The safe. Maybe you can crack that one.
Master and son. Tough to crack. If I wanted to steal the eye, I'd concentrate on getting the 3 keys. If everything goes according to plan, the first time this monster is opened will be in the museum in Cairo. Fingers crossed.
Anything else around? Ooh, a nudge.
Legrand must have taken and developed the photos himself. He even made copies and enlargements. He seems to be prepared for everything, with access to more resources than a normal detective.
I suppose that's what you get for being the one to stop the Raven. If he did. The alarm.
Another alarm. It was tripped at some point, but there's no way to determine when.
The bathroom? What's in there?
Smells like chemicals. Legrand probably developed the photos in here.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. I'm now remembering the smell of the developing chemicals.
There are still fragments of the syringe that the inspector broke in the sink. Why is he pushing himself like this? Even if he catches the Raven, is it worth ruining his career and his health?
Right, the microscope. Maybe there's something interesting that we can see.
A microscope. Looks like the one that Lutz Reichinger uses in his pharmacy, just more modern.
Desk. It's wooden. The pipe.
This is the pipe from the cargo hold. Legrand seems to have inspected it for fingerprints. I can still make out the powder. No. Nothing to see on the end of the pipe that the attacker held. Either he wore gloves or he cleaned the pipe.
Meal that he probably hasn't had. Police file.
Legrand's file on the Raven. Centimeters thick, but totally useless. We're not dealing with the Raven. Why can't he see that? Our man is ruthless, a bomber, and quite probably a murderer. This file belongs in a museum. It's history. The inspector should concentrate on the present.
Bottle?
There's nothing written on the bottle. I suppose it's some sort of stimulant, legal or not. Legrand has been awake for at least 30 hours straight, maybe more. I shudder to think what kind of side effects this stuff might have.
Indeed.
A policeman on a murder investigation should have his wits about him. The risk that he could miss evidence or endanger himself and others is too high.
Indeed. Nothing else there. Back. Forensics box. Photos. Let's see what there is.
Legrand must have taken them yesterday at the crime scene.
A load of scribbles and notes.
This photo provides an overview of the crime scene. Shot in her sleep. She didn't feel a thing. She went to sleep and never woke up. Yes. The bed, the blood spot. The spot on the sheet is much bigger than the one on the mattress. There's blood on the blanket as well. A lot of blood, I'd say. The blanket and the sheet are gone. I guess they're in the medical center.
Are we gonna have to break into there as well?
Yes, that's how we found her yesterday. I think. I wasn't really myself at the time. No. Nothing suspicious.
Nothing else.
A rough diagram of the ship. Legrand marked the Baroness's cabin. Seems like he didn't turn up anything else of note.
What's this red? From... I don't know. Finish the investigation. I think we've investigated everything here. Don't seem to be much else. Forensics lab. Box. Thing.
A masterpiece. Forensic teams use kits like these. They're placing increasing importance on the preservation of evidence. But not in Switzerland yet. It's a small lab used to conduct simple analysis on site. Alright, what have we got here?
What a brilliant question. Brushes?
Half of the tools in this box will be interesting for an archaeologist as well. Actually, forensics and archaeology are really quite similar to each other. The goal is to find out what happened, whether a few hours ago or a few centuries ago.
Various things. Chemicals.
Good lord. Good lord.
Not much else to discuss, is there?
Good lord.
No. Shovels and scrapers.
For forensics in the woods or the open country, I suppose. No use on a ship. I'm sure Legrand could work magic in this alchemist's lab. Me, I'm just awestruck. Fingerprints are overrated. Smart thieves wear gloves, or they make sure that there are too many fingerprints at the crime scene to check them all.
Booklet.
Aha! This is some kind of inventory list. For each chemical, it lists the chemical composition and a short comment on how to use it. And here's a list of the most important procedures. Fingerprints, gunshot residue, blood. I don't have to analyze the pillow and feathers to determine whether there's gunshot residue. I can smell it. And I don't have any other clues at the moment.
Examine the small sachets.
What's this? Oh, how practical. A hermetically sealed cotton swab for collecting samples. I'll take it.
Maybe that's what we were after. I was thinking we could check the blood, but... No, because he saw blood. What did he say? We saw blood before she... before in my theory, when she would have been dead. So, most likely... Oh...